Sometimes I wish if people around me could have the same perspective that I have towards everything that is happening around me or around us. It could have given them a different way of living their life, because one of the things that happens to us most of the time is that being alone, and during that time most people feel lonely. They always end up messing with themselves, and just because of this reason they do not like to being alone. They always try to be with someone, and the dependency of being with someone increases. Now there is no problem in that, there is no issues with being with someone, but it takes away the possibilities of you, of knowing something, of realizing something, of seeing something, the changing or having certain perspective towards something. Now imagine yourself, okay? Close your eyes, it would be better for you to imagine. Now you are walking on a path, walking on a street, a lonely street. There is no car, no vehicle is coming from either side. It's very lonely, quiet, and it's an evening that you are walking. Either side of the road there are trees, and you are simply walking. You are not noticing anything, you are not trying to observe anything, you are simply walking in this scenario. And suddenly you reach to a point where you see there is a bridge, small bridge, and under that there is a spring coming up from the deep jungle. And you go and look towards the water. It's very crystal clear water. You can see the pebbles under the water stream. Now if I ask you to imagine the same scene with someone, how would it be? It will be like you will be walking on the same street with talking to somebody else, talking about either future or the past, things that doesn't make any sense now, because past it's already gone. Future, even if you have planned it, things will happen in certain way that every plan that you have done will change in future. And then you walk the entire distance, but you will not experience the same. Even if you do not notice in the first case, still the experience that you will have is completely different than the second case. The reason I am telling it to you is because in the first case your mind is empty, it is not preoccupied, and whatever is happening around you will easily enter through you. In the second case you are preoccupied, and you are also occupied with the thoughts that you are having, that you are sharing with your with the partner, and your mind is completely filled. So there is no space to anything to enter to your mind. Now even if you do not want something to enter consciously, if your mind is empty, things that has to enter to it will easily enter. That is what we talk about the truth. That is what we talk about the reality, the nature of life. Because when we talk about understanding or knowing the truth of the life, or the entire effort of the spiritual path is simple, that if you keep everything aside, then whatever out there is to be known will happen to you. It is not something that you consciously do, it will just happen to you. But if you keep yourself preoccupied of things, if you keep yourself a huge load inside of it, then there is no point, there is no possibility something else to enter to it. If there is vacant, if there is empty, then only something can enter. It's very easily understandable, right? So when you are alone, when you are with yourself only, it is not a disadvantage for you, but it is a great opportunity for you to see or the look at the world or inside of you also in a different perspective. Because more you stay alone, the perspective gets deeper and deeper and deeper. Simply you can see this single blade of grass and just you can get lost in just seeing it, because the single blade of grass also have that intelligence that can capture your attention for rest of your life. Everything in this creation is that intricate, is that complicated and complex. So everything that you are having around you is so complex that if you just pay attention to it, you will never feel lonely ever. But simply you feel lonely because you take granted of it, because you think this is the grass only, that's it, and then you do not go beyond that. But if you pay attention to it, there is a lot of things that you can know about this grass. And similar thing happens to humans as well. So when you get bored out of a person, is only because you see whatever they are doing in the surface level, whatever is happening outside. But if you penetrate through that human, what you can get out of that human being, you will never, you will never feel this boredom ever in your life. Because when you look at this grass, what is throbbing within it, when you look at this life, when you look at the person, what is throbbing within that, when you look at something else in this creation, what is throbbing, everything is the same creation only. I know I am talking about something that is going beyond certain level, but if you just do not get satisfied with the surface, and if you want to penetrate what it is, then you can be able to see all these things. I'm not just making this up. Somewhere all these things has been in my experience, but it's not an experience that I can say I have it continuously, but all these things has been the glimpse of it. And the glimpse has only came because of I spend a lot of time with myself. I still remember those days in which after this college, I was staying alone at my home, and I was working on some certain project, and whatever I was doing, I used to make sure that in the evening around 4, I should come out and I should go to the terrace and I should see all around myself, just sit by myself without phone, without checking of this Instagram post or something. I just wanted to spend this alone time with myself, just to see the grass around me, because it happened to, like, my home happened to be in a place where there is this kind of a field all around itself, and there is just the home in the middle of it. So I just wanted to see that, I just wanted to just see, I just wanted to listen to the sound of the river that is going on right next to our home. So I just wanted to be in the nature. If you could spend a little time with the nature and paying a little attention to it, believe me, there is no boredom in this world, because everything that you are seeing right now, which you have taken it for granted, will just capture your attention and keep your attention right there for rest of your life. It has that immense intelligence within it. But if you just take granted of it, if you just preoccupied of the things and keep your mind filled with all these things, then mostly you will not be able to see what is out there. Mostly what is throbbing in every single thing in this earth is not going to be visible for you. So but the fact with life is that it will never make you be with anybody else. The only reason you be with anybody else is the yoga. Otherwise you always going to be an individual only. So it is a kind of paradox in which you want to be with somebody, but you are not choosing the right path. You are choosing the individual path only. Individual path as in, if you try to be with somebody the way we are trying to be with somebody right now, then you will be an individual, the other person is going to be an individual, and you will going to be together. But this is not what this life is longing to be. This life is longing to be with the person, as in merge with that person. Not with that person only, merge with everything, become infinite. If you have seen my last videos, then I have already mentioned in that, particularly in the video of desire, there I mentioned that this is not longing to be something or achieve something, this is longing to become infinite. And when this is longing to become infinite, it means it is longing to be everything. If everything means there is no duality, there is no this, that. Everything is you and you is everything. Again, this is very fantasy kind of thing what I am saying, but this is what yoga means. Yoga means union. There is no duality for you. You become everything. Everything becomes union, the integration of you. So being alone is not lonely. If you are feeling lonely, it means you are just messing yourself with. Messing yourself as in the psychological process that is going on within you is just creating some disturbance within you. If you can keep yourself, your physiological process and psychological process a little distance from who you are, as I have already mentioned in the desire video, if you watch that video, then I have mentioned how you are not this physical body. So if you can just keep a little distance, this physiological process and psychological process from you, the time, the way it will pass, you cannot imagine. And that is when you can realize that you are not this body, you are not this mind, and you are nothing, but you are everything. So the feeling of you are everything will come, but it will come later. But for now, at least this much you can feel very easily, that you are not the body, you are not the mind. And when you are feeling you are not the body, you are not the mind, you cannot feel yourself either. So what you are saying as yourself, there is no yourself will be there, because you are not feeling your body, you are not feeling your mind, and there is no feeling of time. So where you are now, if you pay more attention to it, then there will be something called as consciousness, as mean awareness. So during this particular of time, what you can feel is that you are aware of everything that is happening around you, you are aware of everything right now, but at this moment only, this pinpoint moment, you are aware of everything. You are not aware of what just happened, you are not aware of what is going to happen, you are just aware of this moment. And this moment is constantly happening to you, constantly happening to you. But the moment you come out of your normal sense, you realize, oh, what was that? You will see 30 minutes is passed. So when we are talking about who you are, it is that consciousness you can be able to feel, not the body, not the mind. And this is an amazing feeling. Now, if you ever get there, I do not want you to take any conclusion out of it, that I am in yoga, or I am merged into something, or I am this, that is happening to me. Just experience all these things, because these are very practical in nature. I am just not making it up, because if you just be there, and especially when you are alone, just be there, all these things will happen to you, and these are very fantastic in nature. Just to experience yourself as nothing, this is an amazing thing to experience. I mean, if you are born as a human being, everything that you should experience in this life. Everything as in materialistic perspective, you are trying to go for it, you are experiencing it, that's an amazing thing. But there is another way of experiencing another aspect of life which you should experience as well, and this is what I am talking about. So if there is nothing for you to do nothing, just simply sit. And if you simply sit, if you just manage yourself to remain a little bit distance from everything else, then whatever is going to happen to you is going to be a different set of experience that you have never even experienced before. And this is worth it. Please understand this. If there is nothing for you to do not mess yourself with so many thoughts that is going on inside your head, that might not happen, or that has not happened, that has already happened, past or future imaginations. Whatever is out there, do not let that mess with your head. Just simply keep a distance. And if you can do that much only, if you just do that thing for the rest of your life, I mean, things will open up the way even I have not imagined. So if you ever feel like lonely, then please understand this. This is not an issue in your life. This is not an issue in your life, but this is a great opportunity of you to see the world as it is, and that is when this world will open up to you. If you can vacant your mind, whatever is out there as truth will just rush through you, rush into your head. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have got something out of this video. Namaskaram. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.